Thugs beat up Good Samaritan for trying to help them. A disabled man was pummeled by a gang of Brooklyn brutes at a New York fast food joint, their way of saying thanks to him for trying to be a decent person. The 37-year-old had been eaten at a Texas Chicken and Burgers on March 1st. He overheard two men say they were a few dollars short and offered to help pay for their meal. But instead of a thank you, the pair turned on him. They hit him with his own cane and then continued brutally assaulting him. Two more men joined in on the attack, dragging the victim to the floor and dealing enough kicks and punches to break his bones. As if that wasn't horrendous enough, a fifth man tried to rob the victim once the others had fled. Luckily, the thief only made off with some change. The man sustained fractures, cuts, bruises, and a broken spirit. He's now afraid to even leave his apartment since his attackers are still on the loose. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. No good deed goes unpunished. Here's more proof.
German student is killed after defending girls from harassment. Vigils were staged across Germany to commemorate Tujal Bayrak, a 22-year-old woman who was killed after stopping a group of men from sexually harassing two teenage girls at a fast food restaurant in mid-November. Tujal Bayrak heard someone screaming for help at a McDonald's in Offenbach, a city near Frankfurt. She headed to the toilet and confronted a group of men who were harassing two teenage girls. Surveillance footage obtained by German newspaper Bild shows that Al-Bayrak's attacker, identified as Senel M., went to the car park. In an agitated state, Senel M. left the car park and returned shortly to beat Al-Bayrak's head with a bat. His friend failed to stop him. The young woman fell to the ground after the beating. Al-Bayrak's parents agreed to turn off their daughter's life support last Friday, which was her birthday. Al-Bayrak's killer, reportedly an 18-year-old Serbian man, is now in police custody.
Jewelry robbery goes horribly wrong. One man is dead and 5 others were injured after 2 robbery suspects opened fire inside the Rolling Oaks Mall on Sunday. 2 robbers had just fled a jewelry store inside a San Antonio, Texas mall when they were stopped by 2 bystanders. While trying to intervene, one man was fatally shot by a suspect. The other bystander had a concealed carry license and pulled out his weapon, shooting the suspect and wounding him. The second robber fled the scene, firing his gun along the way and injuring 1 man and 1 woman. Police have the injured robber in custody, but are still on the lookout for the second suspect. The shooting victims were brought to the hospital, along with 2 others who reported chest and labor pains.
Navy vet brutally beaten trying to stop men from torturing turtle. Disabled Navy veteran Gary Blau was attacked by a group of 3 men, ages 23, 18, and 16, when he saw them beating a turtle and tried to intervene. On February 14th, in his Daytona Beach apartment complex, Blau's wife and daughter told him they passed 3 men smashing a freshwater turtle against the concrete. Blau walked over and told the hooligans to leave the poor creature alone. They didn't take too kindly to his request though, because when he tried to help the injured turtle back into the pond, he was hit from behind, punched repeatedly in the back of the head. Blau was then kicked and stomped on for the next several minutes until neighbors came out and scared the thugs away. Blau sustained injuries to his face and skull and may have a concussion. He says he's more sad for the turtle though, whose leg he later found in the bushes. Authorities found the turtle's dead body floating in the pond. Police have arrested Johnny Beverett, Ryan Ponder, and the unnamed 16-year-old, charging them with aggravated battery and animal cruelty. Gary Blau's wife and child are glad their superhero is still alive. Unsurprisingly, the 45-year-old says he'd take that beating all over again to stand up for that turtle.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
Teens attack bystander trying to break up fight in Brooklyn. Last Friday, yet another teen brawl broke out inside a McDonald's in Brooklyn, and a Good Samaritan who tried to step in and break it up got his own butt whooped instead. Around 3 p.m. at a McDonald's on Flatbush Extension Avenue, 2 girls at the counter started arguing, which quickly escalated to punching. Almost instantly, all hell broke loose, with several more girls in the store joining the fight. Then a group of boys came in the store and joined in too. When an old dude tried to step in and break it up, the mob just broke off some of their aggression onto him. This disturbing video was filmed and narrated by a teen bystander who was cheering the ongoing savagery and repeatedly encouraged the others to kill the older man. It seemed like the brawlers fled the scene before the police arrived because nobody was arrested. Investigations are ongoing, and the older man and a woman were brought to the hospital for minor injuries. Community activist Tony Herbert expressed his disgust after watching the video and commented that these young people should be doing something positive with their lives.